What is up, my dudes? Today, week 13 waiver wire ads are live. And let's be honest, nothing feels more like fantasy football than standing in front of the company fridge at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday, staring down a Tupperware that says, Steve, do not touch, an aggressive Sharpie, and thinking, Steve's not going to miss these 3 Kung Pao chicken strips and a half egg roll. High risk, high reward. Same energy as dropping your kicker to stream a guy going against the Rams. Let's just take a gander at the best gambles you can make this week on the waiver wire before someone else eats them. Before we get in the waivers, wanted to give a quick congratulations to Shedeur Sanders and the Browns. You beat the Raiders, but I know if you wanted to hear more about Shedeur, they'd be listening to ESPN, so I'll just stop right there. You know what's more annoying than Shedeur Sanders' love or huge writing on leftovers? It's finding the perfect waiver wire ad, grabbing your phone, and realizing that guy isn't available in any of your leagues. That's why everyone on this list is rostered below 40%. Doing my very best, guys, to make sure these players are actually available when and where you need them. Yeah, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. So let's go find some gems. Before we dive into the week 13 waivers, some injuries from week 12 I thought should be noted. Alvin Kamara, knee injury. T. Higgins, concussion. Ashton Genty, ankle. He should play. Quinton Junkins, undisclosed. Bam Knight with the leg injury. Khalif Raymond, ankle. Taj Brooks, concussion. Michael Mayer, ankle. Baker Mayfield hurt his non-throwing shoulder. So I think if I know Baker, he's going to play. He will absolutely gut this out and get it done. Quick reminder, week 13 bye weeks. No one's on bye. Also, guys, no matchups episode this week. Instead, your favorite dudes are going live on Wednesday night to go over all this week's game, giving our favorite DFS plays, Thanksgiving hacks, start, sits, questions, maybe a Black Friday gift guide, maybe a, Mount Rushmore of Turkey Day. Lots of good stuff, guys. Join us Wednesday, 9 p.m. Pacific for, we're just going to go live, break down some plays, DFS, maybe, do the old Dallas Cowboys victory lap, before the game on Thursday. Yeah, that's all. So let's hand this off to not hand it off. Let's snap to this quarterbacks, guys. And not a ton of quarterback needs out there throwing on by. But if you got a guy that got injured or you just don't want to play J.J. McCarthy anymore, I totally understand. I like Kirk Cousins this week. 13% rostered on Sleeper. He was solid in his win on Sunday, completing 16 of 23 passes for 199 yards and 2 TDs and 1 interception when he win over New Orleans. They're taking on the Jets. I think this is a decent spot for Kirk Cousins. If not here, then nowhere. Next quarterback I have on this list, it's bottom of the barrel here, guys. Trevor Lawrence, 43% roster. I'm actually cheating right here, guys. He threw 3 picks in their win, but guys, they're playing the Tennessee Titans. Division matchup. He went 18 for 30, 256 yards with 3 TDs, 3 picks. He had 20 fantasy points in my league. So very up and down game, but he did help the Jags get a win, and it's a good matchup. So if you're just not liking the matchup you have, just go with Trevor Lawrence. And then I feel really bad about this one. If they win the toss, maybe it's okay. I got Bryce Young taking on the Rams in week 13. Not a good matchup, but the Panthers, I don't know if they won the toss on Monday Night Football, but they're 6-0 when they win the toss. I don't like the matchup. I said it's that's just a Hail Mary play there with Bryce Young. All right, handing off the running backs. And before I hand it off the running backs, I want to let you guys know today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Sleeper. Go do Sleeper picks, guys. But before you do Sleeper picks, enter promo code DUDES100 and they will match you up to 100 big ones. Okay, head over to Sleeper, promo code DUDES100. It's a lot of fun doing the Sleeper picks, guys. We do a lot of plays on our live, which we're doing on Wednesday this week rather than Thursday. Hope you come there. Me and Jordan had 2 winning plays. Come in there, go against us, join us. Dudes ride together, guys. So go over to Sleeper and join the party, guys. First, running back, probably priority ad here, depending on the severity of the injury. I have Devin Neal, 10% rostered, set to take over as the lead back for the Saints if Kamara is out. Kamara's had an ankle injury all year. He has another injury right now. I don't think they need to rush him back. Taking on the Miami Dolphins, a pretty good spot here, guys. So New Orleans running back Devin Neal had 18 yards on 7 carries in Sunday's loss against the Falcons. Also added 43 yards through the air on 5 of 7 receiving. So rookie took on elevated workload in week 12, and I'm thinking he gets that back against the Dolphins. Not a terrible spot. If you need running back help, why not here? Rest of the guys on this list, guys, are handcuffs in the running back category. I got Brian Robinson Jr., got a little bit of action there on Monday Night Football. Guys, long season. Christian McCaffrey's been healthy for a very long time this season. Brian Robinson should be rostered more than 35% of leagues. Pick up Brian Robinson if you got the roster space. This could win you your league come playoffs. It just takes one, Christian McCaffrey, hamstring, calf. I'm not going to say the A word injury, Achilles. So Brian Robinson Jr. should be rostered if you got room. That's as valuable of a handcuff as you can get. Next, I got Blake Corum, 23% rostered. He had 34% of the snaps, 7 carries, 24 yards. He didn't do a lot. This is still Kyron Williams' backfield, but 7 carries, 24 yards, it's something. And you're playing Carolina. That defense did enough against the 49ers to get the win. They fly around. They're scrappy. Maybe Corum falls in the end zone. I don't doubt. I'm not holding my breath on that, but this is a valuable handcuff that should be rostered. And another guy that's injury plagued here, not this guy, but Devon Achane. We got Ollie Gordon, 13% rostered. Did he do a little bit on the game? He had 10 fantasy points in week 12 or week 11. They were on a bye in week 12. Now they're taking on the Saints, maybe finding his stride. Dolphins offense looks a little bit better coming off the bye. Maybe the rookie gets a little bit more time. Is he a rookie? Yeah, maybe the rookie gets a little bit more time. That is the running backs there, guys. Now let's throw it over to the wide receivers. We actually have a decent list of wide receivers here, guys. You could call it Hail Mary wide receivers. I think there's a little bit of decent stuff. That is if you like the New York Jets, and that's if you like Tyrod Taylor. I didn't put Tyrod Taylor as a quarterback streaming option. Maybe it's okay. Jets are playing Atlanta. John Mechie taking advantage of opportunity in New York. He had 6 catches for 86 yards and a TD. So probably the best game of his young career against the Ravens. Now you're playing Atlanta. Not a terrible spot, but Mechie has back-to-back games with over 12 half-point PPR points. I don't dislike Mechie. I actually think it's a good spot. Garrett Wilson's out. They don't need to rush him back. There's a lot of A.D. Mitchell hype on X. And what did A.D. Mitchell do in that game? Donnie Mitchell actually had 5 fantasy points. So nothing to write home about. Anyone else do good in that game on the Jets? I'm sure someone's like screaming in their car right now. Listening, and I'm not seeing anyone else come into mind. Then I got Chimere DK. Maybe I said that right. Had a bounce back 2 TD performance. If you got the special teams touchdowns, really helps. 18 fantasy points, caught 5 catches for 80 yards, 7 targets. And the Titans wide receiver room is absolutely battered, guys. Elick Aomore is out. Who else is out here? We got, no more Calvin Ridley. I think it's a good spot, guys. Like Chimere DK, especially with special team stuff. Volume should be there still. I think there's more injuries at wide receiver room. So check that. 23% rostered, taking on the Jaguars. Next, going to the red hot Cardinals. If Marvin Harrison Jr. comes back, this isn't as good of a play, but Greg Dortch is getting a lot more attention, guys. He had another game with another TD, back-to-back games with over 13.5 half-point PPR points, taking on Tampa Bay, which is very beat up and isn't very good against the pass. So Dortch, deep leagues, 19% rostered. Like it more if there's no Marvin Harrison Jr., but Jacoby Brissett is still slinging it. And Jacoby Brissett, I should have checked this out, 52% rostered. Good chances in your league, just not quite low enough rostered for me to recommend him. Next, Bengals wide receiver. We have no T. Higgins. We have Andre Iosivas, 37% rostered, expanded role with no Higgins. And Joe Burrow put on Instagram that he is back in the best way possible. He had, that old picture of him from a long time ago. Hey, straight from the horse's back. Instagram post of him saying he's back. I like it. Should be a lot of points here. Playing the Baltimore Ravens, must-win game. Let's just pour him on right here. Andre Yoshivas, it's a good spot. He had 8 fantasy points last week. He had 15 fantasy points in week 9. No T. Higgins. I think it's really good here, guys. I like Jamar Chase is the guy, but Yoshivas should be able to get it done here. This isn't the one here, this wide receiver. This has been a sleeper for a while, and it's getting rough, guys, but he's still getting a little bit of targets. He's had back-to-back games with 5 targets. He's 21% rostered, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who just got upset by the Cowboys. I got Luther Burden, 21% rostered, had 46 receiving yards, hasn't had a TD since week 3. He's got to be due, guys. DJ Moore had a big game. Roma Dunze hasn't been doing too much. It's a decent dart throw, every single week. So that is my wide receivers right there, guys. Next on the list, this is what you guys all like, the tight ends, okay? Brenton Strange, 23% rostered, had a big game against Arizona, 11 fantasy points. I guess it's not big, but for a tight end, 93 yards. TD would have been nice. Trevor Lawrence had a lot of good games from last year. Maybe they bounce back and take over where they left off last year. He's missed a lot of time. So week 13 against the Titans, great spot to continue this. 23% rostered. Brenton Strange is a nice tight end add. Mike Gesicki, 4 catches in his return. Not a lot, but no T. Higgins. He's catching passes from Joe Burrow. 5% rostered. I do not dislike that at all. All right, trending, guys. Last week we did this. This is play, pray, or stay away. I'm going through trending players right now on Sleeper. Am I playing them? Am I praying, which is holding them, or staying away? So I'm not going to act. So this is basically keep, trade, cut in a little, more fun way. Sean Tucker is trending down. And I think that's, if you're the Bucky owner, you got to pray and hold them, and really you're praying that Bucky comes back, not that Sean Tucker does good. Tootin on the Jaguars, I think I'm staying away. I think we had an ETN game bounce back. Only way I'm, holding him is if I have ETN as a handcuff. Yoshivas is trending down right now. I am all in. I'm playing Yoshivas. I like Yoshivas. He was on the show. Trying to stay away, guys, from guys that were on the show. Jerry Jeudy. I think 49ers actually looked okay. Panthers, you never know what Bryce Young you're going to get. I am going to pray. I'm holding Jerry Jeudy. Not sure if I want to play him. Shedeur, what was he doing out there? He looked like SpongeBob skipping through a jellyfish field. Look at me. Then he gets stripped. I don't know, man. I'm praying, so I'm holding Jerry Jeudy. I'm not staying away. Maybe Shedeur gets something done there. Next on the list, Jaden Higgins, Houston Texans wide receiver. I'm staying away right now. I'm not too interested. I still think this is Nico's show. I don't know what to think about the whole quarterback situation there. Is Davis Mills actually better than CJ Stroud? I'm not quite sure. Then Darren Waller, practice window is opening up. I'm still staying away, even though he's trending up on Sleeper. Could be good. Monitor the situation. When I know he's coming back, I would, actually play Darren Waller. Tight end is bleak, but, he has 21 days to be officially activated again. So he could come back this week. If he comes back and plays, I think I'm going to wait one more week. So right now I'm staying away on Darren Waller. Chris Rodriguez, a lot of guys are in on this guy. Running back, if you're desperate. He had 9 fantasy points in week 11. I'm play, I guess, on Chris Rodriguez on the show. 29% rostered. Go get him. Dylan Sampson, pray. I got to hold him, see more. He had a big TD catch. Running back, which is okay. Kyle Monangai. I am all in on Kyle Monangai. Playing, he had the bulk of the carry. He got the goal line TD. Monangai has 3 straight games with TDs. Play Kyle Monangai, guys. All right, that is play, pray, or stay. We'll have more of this on the show on Wednesday Night on the Live. And also, guys, if you missed the live, you can't make it. it's gonna get recorded. We'll release it on Thursday so you can listen to it with your in-laws. Because if you don't want to talk to your in-laws, you can just play the dudes. That's just as good. Maybe there's some common ground there. So hope to see you all Wednesday night. If not, you can listen to the show on Thursday. Or, if you're out there Black Friday shopping, battling those shopping carts with grannies out there at Target, listen to dudes while you're there, guys. So we're there for you. It'll be there, but that's your week 13 waiver wire menu, dudes. Now go make your moves for some coward in your league snipes it clean, or worse, before Steve walks back in from his 3 p.m. smoke break and catches your wrist deep in his, chow mein. Same rules apply, guys. Drop the kicker, stream the matchup, eat the leftovers, and pray nobody saw you. Good luck. See you Wednesday. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, guys, take care.